clap loud. Like loud. One more time.
Oh. Oh. So sorry.
Do it again. Make it loud. 3, 2, 1.
Take 69.
Louder, louder, louder.
One. Right, look at the center camera.
Loud 4.
Alright.
Loud, loud. It has to be
Loud?
Okay. So follow clapboard like loud. Thank you.
That's very loud.
That's
That's the best one ever.
I think it was Mindy in the first general meeting. I saw the application for culture show before I joined VSA, but it was past the deadline, so I didn't submit my application. But then after the general meeting, Mindy reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be in culture show. That's why I'm here.
I'd say the main person is probably my sister. But honestly, I went to a culture show, I think 2 years ago, when it was still in person. And I saw how fun it was, and it's just like everyone and how much like you guys were like a family. So it's just like, oh, that'd be fun. So when I was joining college, I was like, why not? It sounds fun. So yeah, that's why I joined.
I just remember how Din was like, hey, we still have, you still want to do culture show? There's still like spots available. And I was like, at that point, I was like, sure, well, we can go. Why not? Like, you know, what's the worst that can happen? And yeah.
I guess it's kind of a bigger idea. I want to make sure that our culture and heritage lives on to my kids. I know that it's like really easy to fall out of practice with our culture and stuff, and I see it already in like my siblings or my cousins or my relatives, and like I don't know, I think that our culture makes us very unique and gives us experiences that other people don't have, and so I want that to keep on going on.
It put me back in the position where it's like what my folks were like really teaching me about culture is very, very important, especially for like the future. And I found a lot of answers from this culture show from the past as to why should I learn about my culture, why should I apply this to my life, and I'm finding a much more bigger answer for from this culture show.
So I guess in the future, it wouldn't be like now where us kids still understand Vietnamese and still learn the language, but I think what our ancestors have taught us is like, despite not learning the language or knowing it, we can still carry on what our traditions were, such as like that and like other, I don't know, holidays to us, where we get to celebrate like those traditions instead of worrying about how we can't speak to our grandparents or anything, but we still remember what they taught us in the past.
A lot of perseverance, I think, because it's quite a learning experience, I'd say, for everyone involved.
Yeah, to add on to that, it really gave me like a whole overview of my culture, and I learned to appreciate more in a way, because there was one scene when this whole high school lunch thing with how Hugh brought in his mom's cooking. I for myself went through a similar experience, but you know, just going through like that whole process again, it just made me realize to appreciate more of the whole Vietnamese culture.
Yeah, really to just embrace like who you are and like your cultural identity. So yeah, I really resonate with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty much like making memories out of it, but also at the same time, we collaborate with each other, and then we lay out the details and making sure, you know, everything is it went smooth and doesn't like conflict too much. So, but yeah, we try our best, and yeah, I felt that I have grown a lot personally and professionally in VSA. So yeah,
You kind of have to really trust the process. So make like from the drawing board, basically like from writing the script, to actually making the shots, like the actual shots, like on the camera. It's quite a bit of a process. You cannot like rush it. You have to like trust in yourself, and also like the people that you work with.
For me, I think it was weird and exciting at the same time that I got to do something like this in times like these. And everybody has their own busy schedules, but I can see how much effort the people put in, and everybody did everything with such enthusiasm, and there's a professional, and that makes me very happy to be a part of this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna reference a character that has no name, but it's his appearance and also like exit is very amazing. I've never seen someone drop their phone so frantically, by accident. You know who you are. I love you. But if you like that scene, then you would know what I'm talking about.
I guess the best moment was when I came into filming for dance and I saw that Will dislocate his knee again. That's great.
The second time.
Honestly, being able to see everyone in person, we honestly, like from last year's culture show, like last retreat, that was like our last time seeing everyone for like almost like a year now.
It was the moment, like, I guess after dance practice, we went to go eat food, and we all grabbed our food, and we chilled out in the Linwood parking lot and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were just vibing, just like playing old music and stuff, and we were just busting it out, the music,
Yeah.
busting,
True.
eating good food and stuff. It was really fun.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying up late with the crew, going through our meetings, talking about our things, and working with other committees late at night.
When Mindy and Alexis announced that we were going to do a movie, I thought that this year's culture show was going to be canceled because we couldn't do like an in-person. So a big shout out to them for making all of this possible.
Like I didn't really have that many friends that were interested in doing this type of dance, but when I joined VSA UWB and this culture show gave us the opportunity to actually continue doing dance, like the traditional aspect, that's why I hopped onto dance committee.
So last year I saw the dance and how much work they put in, and it looked like a lot of fun. And the outcome seemed very, very rewarding. I was also in acting last year, but for this year, I was really, really excited to hear that this year was going to be like a film and a chance for me to really, really participate in the acting portion of like the culture show. So for me, I found this as a great opportunity, and it's just really fun, so I wanted to do it again.
Dance, like, I did that one because I was like, yeah, I kind of want to participate, but I didn't want to do skit because I felt like that was a bit too much of a commitment, and I was like, I don't know, I might hold back the the skit team if I don't remember my lines and such like that. So I didn't want to do that, but I did dance because that one was a little less stressful. It wasn't as, it didn't require as much like work.
Alright, okay.
I think dancing took me out of my comfort zone, and I thought, why not? Let's show off some moves, and hope for the best. But I think it's super fun because you get to hang out with like this awesome crew of people who want to dance and just learn. Culture show, it's kind of a year-long process, so it brings everyone together, whether on a weekly basis or like every other week. It's still just you're in communication with one another like all the time, and so because of this we built a really strong bond with one another, and that's what makes like our community really tight and special.
I think with culture show it's brought people together closer, and so it's built these relationships that like not just are like like, oh, we're in the club together, but like even outside of the club, like it strengthened relationships, and so I think people are more willing and eager to like make this community. So like they have this experience and they want to pass it on to other people, make sure other people have that experience as well. And I think just that passion and that drive has brought our VSA stronger and closer, and we've become like very like involved with like other VSA stuff outside of like just our own VSA and within the region. So yeah, I'm very proud of it.
First year, Culture Show opened the door for me into VSA and leadership and just sort of discovering myself more, you know. And second year, definitely I felt a little more like cemented into who I wanted to be and like, you know, where I want to be at. And then third year, I think was more of me just, you know, rediscovering, you know, my focus and what really matters. And but this year, I think it's just the culmination of everything and that I hope to move forward with in life and, you know, be the best version that I can be of myself.
Yes, Will, yes.
It's definitely changed my college life. Considering like my first 2 years in college, I was kind of a shut-in. I was the normal like guy that went to class, went straight home. But once I started doing VSA, I definitely felt like I was more involved with the community and got to know a lot more people and their experiences.
I wanted to do more in my college life. I didn't just want to go to class and then go back home and sleep. I just wanted to do more for myself, and it really brought out a lot of confidence in me, from being a server to being part of a decorations committee, all the way to acting.
For this year, it allows us to be it allows us to foster creativity and flexibility. Every year I've been in Culture Show, like it keeps getting better and better and better, and I have faith for for next year's Culture Show and then the year after that.
First off, I really wasn't thinking about being an officer, but then Mindy was telling me, oh, you should try it out, you should sign up for it. So I kind of went into it thinking, oh, it's gonna be really fun, I'm gonna meet a lot of people, and it's been exactly like that, yeah. I'm really happy that I'm here.
Aw, cute. I think for me, same reasons, you know, like last year with the whole COVID thing and like doing like Zoom, like online skit, which is great, which is wonderful. But I was like, I'm gonna be culture chair again just to like redemption, because I really love the in-person aspect of the culture show where it's like you're on a big stage and then there's like a skit and a play and there's dancing. And although we had to do it like virtually again this year, it turned out great, and I'm so excited for it. So, yeah.
We kind of were looking back at the past themes. We're seeing like we didn't really like talk about the American aspect, like being in America as a Vietnamese person.
Yeah.
That was one of the things we talked about, like that disparity.
Yeah, and I think if you look at a lot of the past culture shows and a lot of culture shows like in our region, they focus a lot on when like your parents were on a boat and they came to America, but not a lot about what it was like for them to live in America and be in that experience where they're in such a new space. So that's kind of what we wanted to show in our theme, like in their echoes, where it's like they had that pain kind of in what we're feeling too, and there's like this duality between being Vietnamese and American.
Well, again, like we felt like it wasn't a conversation that was talked about a lot, so we wanted to start that conversation for people. And again, one of the things about being Vietnamese American is that Vietnamese aspect of you just like try to suppress everything, try not to like acknowledge it. Instead, like just work hard, like don't even think about like all your struggles or anything like that. So we wanted to bring that out. We wanted to talk about it more.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of these conversations happen like when you're at like a thumbsuit or like a deep reflection session, but we kind of wanted to make it more like an open conversation where we can talk about this struggle. And also like being a first generation college student, I think that experience is kind of overlooked and is a difficulty that we kind of share and wanted to share.
Literally, y'all work so hard with us. Like, how many? It's been hours of filming, and like, no one was complaining over like, kind of, but also like we were all
we were all together.
We were all together.
Yeah.
It was like that unity, and I really really appreciate that.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you too, because I feel like everyone, no matter your part, like big or small, contributed to the whole project, and like that really means a lot to me, like all your time and effort.
Yeah.
I also want to say that Culture Show would not be Culture Show without people. So it would just be Alexis, it wouldn't exist.
It'd be so bad.
But yeah, it's really the entire community, like our whole VSA UWB together.